Be inspired, be your best. Hear stories from young people being their best. Big Time with Piers Warren.
Hello Big Timers, welcome to Big Time Life. I want your life to be better, so watch us how we can do that for you. Remember, you can find us at bigtimewealth.com and then go to Big Time Life, where we're going to make your life better. So we've been talking about goals. Now let's talk about implementing them. How do we implement the goal? Yes, I've got you to write them down. You've narrowed them down. Now you've got them sitting next to the bedside table. You've got them sitting at the desk so you see them all the time. So you're going to move towards those goals. But now what we need to do is we need to figure out how to implement these goals. So I've taken one of my goals and a goal that we're going to work towards. Because as I said, this is going to be my journey with you as well. So one of my goals, as I keep saying to you, is 5 advisors in 5 cities. So what that is, 5 advisors in 5 cities, that's 25 advisors across the country over the next 5 years. Excuse my writing. So what have I got to do? Yes, that's a goal, but now let's quantify it. Let's find out how we're going to get there and what steps have I got to do. So I've been able to put this down on paper, and this is obviously my example. So I know for one advisor who's going to be base wage of 50,000 plus expenses, plus I've got to purchase leads and things for them. So I know on a year it costs me $70,000 to be able to keep an advisor, to be able to afford an advisor. So now that starts to give me a really good base to work off. So it just means I need to get an advisor on, and one advisor, I need to have them earning around about $10,000 in profit per month, because that then covers their expense. So I know how much I need to have for an advisor. I now know how much the advisor needs to earn to cover his expenses. So I'm now starting to really quantify what it is to get to those. So if I was to work that further down, if I had an advisor doing 10K a month, that's $120,000 a year, and then I can put another advisor on. So and it goes. But now it's giving me those real numbers of how I can do that. But let's look at another goal and this is a real goal, especially in Australia when people look for retirement, because $1 million is the real magic number here. Okay, of how much do I need to retire, and the number sort of kind of magically comes up to $1 million. I mean, that's today, but down the track, who knows? And the reason for that is because at 5% return, which yes at the moment is below term deposits and what have you, but if you had shares and you invested, 5% return gives you $50,000 a year in income. And for most people, that's a reasonable amount to be able to retire on, $1,000 a week. So let's have a look. Let's break this down. Let's quantify this to see how you can make this goal work, so you can really implement this goal and put it into place. So let's have a look. Let's put it at 20 years. Okay. So I know if I want to have $1 million in 20 years, let's break it down. That means each year I've got to save $20,000. Now, realistically, that's probably not possible, because let's go off my age. I'm 35. Yes, I do look 25, but I'm 35. Let's take it from that. I know that for 20 years, I'm going to have to save $20,000 a year. That's probably not going to be possible. We're very lucky in Australia that we have the superannuation system. In the US, it's the 401k, but it's not compulsory. So I know if I look at the average wage in Australia, that I know on average at the moment, it means I'd be getting approximately $6,000 per year would be getting put into my superannuation account or my savings account. Now, if I just left it at $6,000 a year and off a zero base now for 20 years or till I retire, actually, sorry, that's 30 years, at 65, with an average return, $0 now to 65, it means I'd have approximately $430,000 in my retirement or my superannuation account. Please go online to a super calculator and they'll show those calculations for you. So that means just by saving 9.5% per year of my income, I'm going to get to $400,000 from a $0 base today. Okay, so let's really work that forward for the $1 million. I know that I can't save as much today, but in 10, 15, 20 years time, I will be able to save more as expenses go down, life changes. But that now suddenly knows, I now know where I need to be. I know that if I'm putting in that my superannuation yearly and it's invested and earning on that investment, then I have a shot of getting halfway there. So I now know that in 10 years time I now might need to start saving double. But now you can see I'm quantifying my goal and I'm starting to say I can implement that goal, and these are the steps I need to have. Now, for example, I might want to buy a new suit next year or in the next few months. So that goal might be a $1,500 suit, or I might have to say I might save $200 a week until I get to that. That's quantifying your goal. So that means we can now implement our goals, and that wraps up our part or our series on goals. So come to big time wealth, go towards big time life, so you can have a better life. We'll give you all the information so that you can put all this into action so that your life is better.